Okay.
Oh, that's sort of hard to.
Hey
Yeah.
guys. Oh,
Well,
turn your.
hey guys. There we go.
So we jumped on a little bit earlier. We're not going to start actually channeling for a minute. We just want to jump on earlier because we've been spending the last hour trying to figure out how to set the camera up because for some reason YouTube was not allowing Todd to stream from his phone. And it might just be that we have to do a live on Todd's channel first before we get to streaming from the phone. So if you are already here, if you're not here, obviously people will be here in a minute or two. Let us know. I know it's not the most ideal situation to see the board, and we are going to try to make it better. Um,
So we can eventually film it from above like this. If we could do it from the phone, then it's easy to put on a tripod and film from above. But anyway, I mean, you get the gist of it, and you can
Yeah, I
see.
mean we've still got. I mean, people. We're still a minute till 12. So, oh, here's Dragonfly. Good morning. Good morning, Dragonfly.
Hey,
Let us know if. Oh, we've got. Okay, cool, awesome. It's great, awesome. Thank you. And we've got my laptop, you guys. And so if you see me squinting, we've had to pull the laptop screen down to be able to see the board. Again, not ideal. We had set Todd's cell phone up originally to go over the top, but for some reason YouTube was not allowing
me to stream
yeah, the phone.
from my scheduled stream.
So we think we have to do a live because this is Todd's first live on his channel. So I think we have to do it like first through a laptop or a desktop before he can actually, but we're going to try to perfect it and get better with, we just want total transparency with you guys. So you can see what's going on the board. But again, I know it's not super ideal, but this isn't the first time we're going to be doing this. We're going to be doing this many times. And so the most important thing for us is that we're doing this live. And you guys know me if you've been over on my channel. I don't like doing lives that much. I prefer doing pre-recorded, but a live is important for this work so you guys can see that we're not editing it. We're not changing anything. This is just how it is.
Yeah.
And so I guess we can go ahead and just I wanted to give a disclaimer.
Okay. Yeah.
So again, you guys, I know we got a bunch of really smart people in our chat. So, but as always, you guys, this is really take from this what you want to take from this. This is not the word of God. As Todd said, we should say this is based off of a child's game, right? Like this is not, and so always listen to your gut. We're not ever going to like charge for this stuff or, this is all free. We're just, doing what we can, and you're free to believe it or not. That is your prerogative. You have free will choice to believe in this stuff or not. Sometimes Lou goes fast on the board, and I take responsibility for watching. I've learned how to watch the planchette because when we first started doing this, it was hard, wasn't it, to keep up because he'll start going really fast with the words. And so I have taken the responsibility of just learning how to watch the planchette. And if you're watching the planchette with me, I know it's kind of hard to see. Sometimes Lou does misspell words, which is totally fine because he's not here with, it's amazing he can speak all the different languages he can speak.
Right.
And so you have to get used to that he is misspelling words.
Yeah, but you're going to call the words out.
Yeah, I'm going to call them out as we go.
Yeah.
And so
Bryce is the channel.
Apparently he's using, so this gets down into blood type. So I'm O negative, Todd is A negative. If you're between an O negative or an A negative, they're always going to use the O negative because it's easier for them to use my energy.
Because there's less things.
There's less obstacles in the blood.
And also, since she has the extra vertebra,
yeah,
Lou says that it's especially easy to channel through Bryce. And so Bryce always has to be looking at the board because I don't think it works if you're not looking at the board, which is interesting. I don't have to look at the board. I very rarely.
You rarely look. Yeah. I lose the planchette sometimes too, guys. Just so you guys know, this happens. We actually already did like a warm up like a couple hours ago with Lou, and we had to remind Lou. No, I'm just kidding. I'll say remind him not to say anything too embarrassing on live. He wouldn't do that though. They wouldn't do that though. But sometimes because I'm so paranoid about this, like sometimes I don't touch the planchette hard enough and it goes flying. Happens with Todd sometimes too. So you might see that. You might see us lose the planchette. But anyway, we're gonna. I guess should we? Is there anything else you want to say?
No, and we can just talk as we go, and sometimes it pauses, and you all can ask questions, and sometimes we get down into stuff, topic, and
You never know where it's going to go.
right,
You
yeah.
never know where it's going to go. And so I do have the questions pulled up here on my cell phone from Todd's previous video. He's watching the chat from his cell phone. Again, I can stop and look at these questions, but I'm probably not going to be able to watch the chat because you might see me swaying a little bit. That's because they use me as the main source, the main antenna, again, because I'm O negative and because of my extra vertebra. So I guess should we get started? You guys have any questions before we get started? Before we get into it, anything you want to know or clarify before? Thank you guys for being here for the first. This is our dress rehearsal. Actually, we asked Lou before we got going. We asked him if he was nervous, and he told us he had been on stage many times before in the Victorian era.
During the spiritualist movement, he said that it was a great time and that he had talked to people.
Yeah.
And,
So we just got, do you close? Lou closes it. He'll say goodbye. Like when and sometimes Lou will just say goodbye in the middle of a conversation. Like they are not, they'll hang up sometimes in the middle and just say goodbye. They always close it themselves. And that's a really good question.
Yeah.
And that I think is probably the difference between a good entity or a service to others entity and a service to self entity, that sometimes Lou will close it. Or if you,
and it's unique. Sometimes he'll spin us out.
Sometimes he spins us out to give energy and it cleanses the board.
And then goes backwards super fast. And then we'll land on some words and go around and around. And then eventually just going. And then
just goodbye.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah. So, and sometimes like Todd and I might be talking about like, well, we should probably end it. It's getting late or something. And he'll just go ahead and hang up for us. Yeah. So that's an interesting question. Just something you guys keep in mind.
Or sometimes they'll keep it going. We'll talk about how
tired we are, and he'll
they say, wait a second, and then we'll go on other topics.
I warn you guys though, because I am the main channel. You might have to make sure my laptop's still running if we need to pause and plug it in.
The battery seems good. Yeah.
If I have to go to the bathroom, like sometimes when you have to pee, but you're good. Like Lou might stop it and tell me to go pee. So just in case that happens, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So, or like sometimes I get really cold while I'm channeling. And so I might have to stop and Lou will stop and say, turn the heater on.
Yeah.
And it's because I'm being used. So, and Ravi usually might hear some snoring because Ravi usually goes into deep sleep when we're doing this. So with that being said, you ready to get started?
Sure.
All right.
I'm going to let you do most of the talking about first.
Okay. Let me start.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello? Who do we have? Is this the same Lou we've been talking to? Are you service to others? And are you here for unconditional love for others? Okay.
All right.
So those are the 3 questions we always start with, guys. When we make sure we've got the right Lou. Okay.
Yeah.
Lou, are you nervous? You're on. Yes, super fun. Hello, everyone. So he's saying hello to you guys. And Laura. Hi, Laura. So, LOL. All right, Lou. Is there anything you want to tell our friends watching right now before we get to some of these questions? Well, what Lou told you before, to be service to others, sometimes you have to be brave enough to be unliked. You guys got that? So that's his message to you guys. So in order to be service to others, sometimes you have to be brave enough to be unliked.
Yeah.
And that's what Lou told us this morning about some yoga stuff that's going on, that, you have to be brave enough sometimes to be unliked.
Right. And we had to stand up and speak out and hold our integrity, even though it was a very difficult situation. And we had so many people, it was just a big battle, and so many people we felt like were against us. And we, at the time, were really the only three, Mariella, Cruz, Bryce, and I, that were speaking out against what was happening in our yoga community. And it was super scary. But, through this, Lou was, telling us, you got to hold your integrity sometimes is very uncomfortable, and you have to risk.
You be brave and accept that people aren't going to like you because you're not just going with the flow. You're speaking up. With the situation we're in with the yoga world and Ashtanga, it's turning into a cult, a violent cult at that. And so for us, it's important. Sometimes you don't need to speak up, right? Like sometimes things are petty and it's fine, but you have to be brave enough to be unliked. And so that's nice that you start with that, Lou. Is there anything else you want to tell our friends watching? Brave. They're all brave. Left the truther cult.
Right.
Yeah. So y'all are all brave because you left the truther cult, is what he's saying. We've had a lot of conversations in private about that. About how Lou, you said like the other day, it was, correct me if I'm wrong, 70% of the conspiracies that are in the truther community are completely false. It creates loosh. Yeah. So we know that already, though, especially if you've been on my channel for a while. We know that this is the truther community ain't nothing but the normies on steroids, basically.
Right.
So he's telling you guys you're very brave.
So what you're saying about loosh is that when people believe wholeheartedly in lies, that creates loosh.
And vanity. What do you mean by vanity? Better than others.
Right.
So there's that arrogance in the truther world.
That more than others. And then you start to separate yourself, saying it's us awakened ones, quote unquote, versus the normies. The normies is the normies is the world, is the word. So there's that separation there, and putting yourself above another, and that's service to self.
Yeah, it's service to self. Is the truther community service to self, generally speaking?
Yeah.
So which is it comparable to the normies? No. So are most of the normies service to others, and most of the truthers are service to self?
Yeah, because it's not a crime. It's not a spiritual crime to be, quote unquote, ignorant of certain things that are happening in the world. You don't have to be. Your influence is in your own sphere, I would say, within your family, within your community. And I would say that's more important than trying to meddle in global affairs. Would that be true, Lou?
And they don't affect you. That's why he doesn't talk to a conspiracies about us that much, because unless it actually has an important information for what we're asking or what we're dealing with, it doesn't matter. What is Bill Gates? What is that? How is that affecting you personally? And we know we're not going to take the jibbity jab. So we've already made that decision. So, okay, that's that we can't infringe upon free will. And so, all right, cool. Well, but Lou was saying that you guys are very brave because you've stepped away from both worlds.
And even though a lot of us were within that truther community to a certain extent and woke up and stepped out of it, and that's even more brave.
It's brave.
And admitting that some of us admitted to our family and friends that we talked to the stuff about that we were wrong, and we did an about face, and that's even more brave.
So, right.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So shall we? I'm gonna start with some questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is from Chun. I hope I'm saying Chun's name right. She's awesome. She's been so interactive on both of our pages, and she, I believe, was in the Cassiopean cult
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah.
is now leaving. So congratulations. That's very brave. So she said, "Hi, Todd. So glad that Lou wants you and Bryce to introduce them to us to help us not to fall for fake channeling from service to self people again. I would like to ask a question. After I realized the Christian faith that I had embraced for many years was just a big fat lie, I left it and stopped attending church. Then I went on to learn Reiki 1 and 2 under a Reiki master here in SG. I think she must have activated something in me for the first time in my life about 2 years ago. I was able to swing the pendulum. It will swing for me back and forth for yes and circle motion for no. May I know what energy inside of me is moving the pendulum? Is it my higher self, Holy Spirit? Please, thank you." Lou, did you get that? Yes. Oh, boy. Okay, see, they're funny sometimes. Oh boy. All right. So, what do you want to say about? Is it her spirit that's moving the pendulum? No. Is it the Holy Spirit moving the pendulum? No. Is it her higher self moving the pendulum? No. Is it any spirit at all? Any essence of a consciousness, spiritual consciousness moving the pendulum? No. 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 So, what's moving the pendulum? Mind. Her mind is moving the pendulum.
So,
her thoughts.
Uh-huh. So a pendulum, could you say a pendulum is unreliable as a, yeah,
Throw out you pendulums. So he's saying throw out your pendulums. I agree. I agree. It's your mind. And that's why pendulums are unreliable, because Lou, you're saying the pendulum is going to swing where your mind wants it to swing. Has got nothing to do with spirit, nothing to do. It's
So
just your will.
It's not a form of divination or channeling.
Now I tell Lou, I tell people sometimes with pendulums, I don't trust pendulums either. I mean, I have them, but I never really use them. That they're better used for things where you don't care about the question.
Well, then why would you even use a pendulum?
Like vitamins, for example. Like if you need to know which vitamins you need.
Could it work in that situation?
Because it's your subconscious.
Right.
So you don't care. Like, what's the difference between me taking more B12 or vitamin C? Like, there's no emotional attachment to the answer.
Yes.
And so that might be the best way a pendulum. I know that's like Tamara uses her to pick days of the week to do things. Like, who gives a shit if you're doing something on a Tuesday or a Friday?
Right.
It's just, and so that might be the safest way to use a pendulum. But yeah, so for Chun, why couldn't she move the pendulum before Reiki? Mind. So her mind wouldn't let her. She didn't feel like she was able to. So it's true.
Yeah.
Your thoughts create reality.
Yeah.
So is there anything you want to say to Chun? You more powerful than you think. Ooh. You don't need any accessories. So you're telling Chun she doesn't even need a fucking pendulum. She knows if she just sits with herself, she'll get the answer she needs. She service to others. He does that sometimes. He'll just go ahead and tell you if you're service. So Chun, I hope that you're here. If not, I hope you hear that. If you have any more questions, I can't see the chat. Is there any questions regarding that? It's kind of getting a little blurry for me that far away.
Someone is asking, once we dip into 5D, do the service to self people just sort of dip out? Like,
no, 5D.
Right. Okay. So
are you talking about dimensions? I think that's what.
Yeah. Because we
no exist.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Controlled Opposition.
The concept of 5D
Yeah,
is
the five dimension is
controlled opposition.
controlled opposition.
So it would be better. I think it would be better to ask, once we move into fourth density here on this planet, will we still be dealing with the service to self people? Right.
Yes.
So, because that's where, from what I understand,
that's the last stop before they come back together again.
The last stop.
Oh, not fourth. No, sorry. Fifth density is the last stop before they come back together again. Right. Fourth density, like Lou, they very much see the Lizzies and interact with the Lizzies.
Right. Right. Sometimes, can I say this? Sometimes work with them. Sometimes
they work. But yeah, it's not what we think it is, and I think that's hard for us because we have to remember that they don't have a veil in fourth density.
Right. And also, I was thinking about something about that concept the last few days for some reason, about the service to others and service to self, fourth density beings working together. And, it's not going to be any different than here because, we have to go out and exist in the world, and we can't completely cut ourselves off from people that, seem to be outwardly on the service to self path. And I would think that in a way it would be the same in all densities. Am I right? Right. And
except for where, from Lou's perspective, they don't have they can't be manipulated like we can be, correct? Because they don't have the veil.
Right.
So the Lizzies can't lie, right? They can't
deceive in any way.
No. And it's like Mr. T, for example. They're, with the quote unquote truther community, they get, I don't think they understand that Mr. T is having to work with the bad guys in order to do what he wants to do. I think it's the same thing, and just because they're the quote unquote bad guys doesn't mean that they aren't still fractals of God. Right. And so it's very nuanced. It's very nuanced. But yeah, I think our relationship just changes because there's no manipulation. There's no hiding who people are. There's no WikiLeaks. There's no, there's no back channels and all that kind of stuff because it's all out in the open. Right. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I cannot see the chat anymore because it's too far away.
I think it's making sense. So here's another question. Someone's asking that they're a psychiatrist. Although they take a holistic spiritual approach, they're asking, can I still be service to others while working in this often corrupt field? Yes.
When he does this, guys,
that's a big yes.
It's a big yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so they said
your service to others.
Your service to others.
I can't see who asked that question, but your service to others.
Sharma,
your service to others. So and I think I love going to therapy. There are really good. My trauma therapist was amazing. She was amazing, wasn't she?
Yeah.
No, there was no corrupt. And so I would imagine that people get into therapy who are good people. They're doing it because they want to help people. It's like can we expand upon that with the medical world too, Lou? Are there doctors who are really service to others and helping people? So nothing is black and white, is it? No, it's not black and white.
Sometimes I would think that it would be important for service to others people to enter into fields that are dominated by and corrupt by service to self people. And and that's where.
A lot of wanderers get into fields like that. He's saying.
Right.
Because they can handle it.
Right. Yeah, we were just talking about some things about that recently. That sometimes you have to skirt the edge.
50 Cent? What do you want to say about 50 Cent? Love him? Yeah, I think America loves him too now. Oh, he's a wanderer as well. Okay, so I think you're bringing that in, Lou. Can I correct me if I'm wrong? Are you bringing in 50 Cent because he's part of the Hollywood machine, but he's service to others wanderer who is using his fame and his fortune to do good things?
And he's had that's ding, ding, ding.
So it's comparable to therapy and the medical field, that just because it's been corrupted doesn't mean that all the people in the industry are corrupt.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
and can still do really good things
And sometimes to do our best service to others work, we have to dive in
to the darkness.
yeah, exactly. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So does that make sense? Should we go on to the next question from Isabella here? We have any more questions about that?
No other questions? Yeah, let's
Okay.
do
So this one's kind of a long one. This is from our girl Isabella. And I thought this was actually a pretty good question because I think it's going to get more into the nuance as well.
yeah.
But we'll see what Lou has to say. I could be wrong. Sometimes we think we know what Lou's going to say, and it's not all Lou's going to say. Hi, Todd and Bryce. This is so awesome. If I may, I would love to ask this question that have circled around in my head for so long, and I'm sure it would benefit everyone. To set the stage, when I began meditating back in April of 2024, many things changed in my life. And one of those things is that my body began to reject meat. That happens to a lot of people actually when they get deep into spiritual work. I would become really sick, so I just stopped eating it and since have been vegetarian. On another note, because of my beaming enthusiasm for becoming a mother one day, I listened to a lot of podcasts about midwives and being pregnant. On all the podcasts I've listened to, they recommend that pregnant women, a mom, to eat meat, and specifically organ meat is supposed to be the best to give the baby the most nutrients as possible. These babies always pop out plump, healthy, and the placenta as nice and juicy. On the other hand, there are horror stories of midwives working with vegan mothers. The babies come out very thin and scrawny. The tissue around the baby a flake and turned to dusk, and the placenta just disintegrates. This has generally spun me into a mental spiral, and I would love to ask Liz opinion on this. There is nothing more important to me than the health of my future baby and to provide the ultimate best first home possible for my baby, my body. So do I actually need to start eating meat again in order to provide the most nutrients for my baby, or is there another even better way? What is the best diet for women before getting pregnant, during her pregnancy, to optimize the baby's health and herself as the living house for the baby? I also wonder what is the best diet for a man to eat in preparation for conception. I hope this question is accessible, but either way, so excited for you guys. Awesome. Okay, I think this is a really good question. Lou, are we ready to answer that? Yes. Ready. Okay, so do we need to take a deep breath? This is a long one. Okay, let's start. Meat eating is service to self. However, you only have to be 51% to go service to others. So let me pause here for our audience. So in order to so eating meat, hands down, is service to self. There's no two ways about it. It is a service to self activity to eat the life of another living being in order to nourish yourself. However, Lou is saying, in saying that, you only have to be 51% service to others to go service to others. So I think what you're saying, Lou, is that if you feel like you have to eat meat, just know that it is a service to self activity. Maybe make sure you balance it out with other stuff too. Is there a but in this though, Lou? Okay, but you can't complain about the Lizzies eating you if you do the same thing. Do you want to explain that?
Yeah. So we're in third density bodies, third density beings here on the planet, and we find it, some people find it okay that we take advantage of the second density beings and consume them. So what is the difference with a fourth density service to self Lizzie turning around and taking advantage of us and eating third density
if we're
beings.
Doing it to second density? So he's saying you have to also keep that in mind, that you can't be a hypocrite. If you're going to eat meat, then you cannot complain about the Lizzies eating you, right?
And it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to consume you because you're consuming meat.
No, but you just can't be upset about it happening to humankind.
Right.
right? So that's what he's saying. So you have to keep that in mind too. So don't get upset about the Lizzies harvesting third density if third density is also harvesting second density. Okay. All right. Is there more? Yes. You are not natural meat eaters. So we're not natural meat eaters. That's a lie.
Because are we in service to self bodies?
No.
We're in service to
We're in
others.
service to others' bodies. Because we can create life.
Yeah. See,
so
service to self cannot create anything.
That's a Laura lie. Because, oh my God, Lou, you're going to make me say this. That heifer is service to self. So she is service to self. So she's creating a lie in order to get you, in order to validate that heifer. I've never used that word, have I?
No.
Lou, I think that's word's a little bit outdated for 2025. Are you rolling in your late 19th century Victorian age lingo? Okay, so we're not in service to self bodies. We're in service to others' bodies because we create life force. So we're not natural meat. It's not our natural inclination, he's saying, to eat meat. We've been conditioned to believe we need to eat meat by service to self corporations.
Right. And when I asked Lou months ago about this topic, Lou said that there is enough information available to be able to eat a completely vegetarian diet and be just as healthy as a meat eater. Now, with that,
learn.
Right.
Just learn.
Yeah.
Learn.
And I had a question about
babies who mom eat meat might be fat, but they ain't healthy. Right. What do you mean by that, Lou? What's in the meat?
Oh, hormones.
Oh, yeah. Don't say this word. Sorry, Lou. This word we can't say. This, guys. They put that. We can't say the V word.
And so that passes on to us.
To the babies.
Yeah.
And that goes to, so whatever they put in the meat, in the animals, that gets passed to the baby. So he's saying just because a baby is fat and looks healthy does not mean it is.
Right.
Girls should not get their periods at 5.
Right.
Which is, I think that's what's happening with little girls are getting their periods way too young.
Yeah. And that's because of what is in the food.
Oh shit, agenda. So that's pushing their proclivities, we'll say.
Oh, is that what it's doing?
I can't say the P word. We can't say the P word here on YouTube, but you guys know what we're talking about, right? Like the islands, Bohemian Grove. So I guess in their mind, if a little girl is already menstruating, like in olden times, they would think she was a woman.
Right.
And
there could be an agenda to change the age. Right. So if the consent would no longer be age-based, but menstruation-based.
It's abuse.
Right.
So it starts with the animal, the abuse of the animal,
and
the slaughter of the animal, then ingesting the animal, and that gets passed to the child. So this is, I'm telling you guys, this gets deep, doesn't it? And so what would you tell Isabella? Do what she feels is Right. But learn. So basically, if Isabel is watching, he wants you to do as much research as you can. I would suggest, this is me speaking, not Lou, to really work with an Ayurvedic dietitian because of the dosha system. Because even with like vegetarianism, there's going to be some.
And she also had a sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Okay.
No, she also had a further question
About men.
about veganism.
Okay. If done right.
And another question about veganism is eating animal products considered service to self?
Not if animal was not harmed.
Okay.
So, like, I know the dairy industry, sometimes they impregnate the moms and just keep impregnating them to produce.
Right.
But he's saying if the animal wasn't harmed in getting the butter, cream,
right,
then that's fine. But just make sure. And in America, I mean, who knows how honest these companies are? But you can find like cheeses that are vegetarian cheese that are,
or you could get create a relationship, because I've been into this the whole farm to table community, where you can find local farmers that have cows free range, and they don't keep them in cages, and they don't fill them up with a bunch of toxic stuff, and they're able to live a relatively healthy, free life. And you might have to pay a little bit more, but I think that's a good way to get dairy. And I mean, shit, I used to milk goats 3 times a week and drink tons of
getting
goat
honey
milk
from a
of someone
very
local,
responsibly sourced honey.
Right.
I mean, in India, Sharad talked about this a lot in India, that the dairy business in the United States and in Europe was just, or any of the Western world, was so corrupt. But in India, you see people outside of milking their cows.
Oh yeah, free range cow. I mean, they're
just milking the cows.
Right.
So I want to ask. So is that for men? We didn't ask about men who wanted to be dads. Any advice for men? No. They squirt and go.
So nutrition doesn't have such a strong impact on semen, right? Okay.
No. Think blood. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Like with the rhesus negative, like it doesn't matter. Like I've known most of my life that I'm rhesus negative because women struggle in childbirth with rhesus negative. I didn't really understand it until I started researching. I just knew that from a child, time I was a kid, that if I got pregnant, that I was going to have assistance. But you didn't know you were rhesus negative until you were in your 50s, because they don't care with men, because it doesn't matter with men. So that's good to know. I want to ask this one question from Shane. Hello, Todd. My second question is for Lou, if he's able to answer. When will humanity solve world hunger? What underlying forces stop that from happening on planet Earth? You get that, Lou?
That's a good one.
Oh, boy. Okay. So, when will humanity ever solve world hunger? Never. Not the point of third. Can you explain that? I think I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
So are the forces stopping of world hunger just third density? You have to have friction to spark the awareness. No strife, no moving forward.
Yeah. So could you say that hunger, quote unquote, world hunger is a normal um, occurrence within all third densities? So,
And gluttony.
right.
So the two polarized. I
Right.
think you totally misspelled gluttony, Lou, but that's okay. I know what you're saying. I figured it out.
So yeah.
LOL.
Yeah. So people like to think that we're in this really unique situation here on planet Earth and third density, and that somehow our third density is so much worse than all other third densities.
You not special.
Right.
We're not special. This
Right.
is just third density. This is what happens in third density. So what should we, and as you know, so you're saying, Lou, that we have the polarity of people who are starving versus people who are gluttonous, and that's just the polarity of third to create friction, to create that strife of why are people so hungry? Is that what you're saying? Yes, because without stuff like that, without the poor, the haves and the have-nots, we wouldn't learn things like empathy and compassion, correct? So what should we as individuals do about world hunger? Feed people. If world hunger bothers you, then you need to work in you local food bank. So you're saying that if something like world, because people have their things, right? Like I feel really passionate about homelessness. Like I get very upset seeing homeless people. Todd knows I always give them money. Like I'll give them all the money I have because it breaks my heart.
Yeah.
So Lou is saying, like, if that really bothers you, if world hunger is something that really affects you deep in your soul, then that is your soul's way of refining itself. And so therefore you need to go volunteer at your local food bank or go to a soup kitchen and start serving and feeding people, or just bringing food to a homeless person and giving them a giving of yourself. Is there anything you want to add to that, Lou? Yes. Comment. If you see something that bothers you and you don't help in you community and just get angry and expect someone else, like a higher person, to fix, he went fast, then use service to self. Did you get that? Don't get that? Sometimes Todd has to remember things because I'm saying the words and I don't get the complete. So he's saying, if you're bothered by something like world hunger, but you're not actually going out there and helping in your community, but you're just sitting at home and blaming the powers that be, or waiting for a higher person to come and fix the problem, then you are service to self. You are being served. That's a service to self action.
That's giving you a little polarity towards the service to self. It doesn't mean that you all of a sudden you're
no. It's just you have to be aware of that. Like if you're feeling that need to serve somebody like hunger, but you're blaming it on somebody else or expecting someone to come in and do it for you, that is service to self. Is there anything you want to expand upon that, Lou? Yes. Oh, well, we kind of talked about that, Nasara. So you're saying the people sitting around waiting for Nasara are moving towards service to self. Lizzie loves it.
Yeah. You're giving your power away.
Yeah.
Just for someone else to come in and save you.
Is somebody going to come save us? No. Why would they? Would they? You not helpless.
Right.
We're not helpless.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Robbie's snoring, guys.
And also, the whole situation. Yeah. I mean, there's plenty of things on the planet right now that you could focus on that would upset you, and that you would feel like a wrong's being done to you. But I think it's also, you're feeling like that there's something wrong with this third density of existence that we're in, and there's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, it's sad when you see people suffer. It's sad that we have to suffer.
All have been both.
On both sides.
Yeah.
The
in every
ones,
life.
The ones
lived.
causing the suffering and the ones that suffer.
Well, I think you're talking about the food, yeah? So we've been the ones starving on the street and the ones that are gluttonous.
Right. Yeah.
So it's not just this one life experience, it's the accumulation of all 75,000 years.
Right. And it doesn't mean
learned.
When you see a soul in a body that's hungry, that could be for just one short lifetime.
Yeah.
They had to experience that and they move on. It doesn't necessarily mean that they need to be born within that hunger.
Cycle. No.
Yeah.
Because Lou, let's clarify. We're every single life, we're different races, we're different nationalities, different genders, different blood types. Duh. Yes, duh. You know that I know this, Lou, because of yoga. We've got our friends with us.
Okay, we have just a few questions.
Okay.
Are eggs included in the meat category?
Open. Sorry, guys. Robbie is snoring. Not eating that. So it's okay to eat eggs, but check how produced. So check how they're produced. Make sure they're not injected with stuff.
But also cruelty.
Yeah, cruelty. Eggs. Really good for Bryce. I know eggs are really good. So he's using me. Right. I do really well with eggs.
Yeah.
So they bring me a lot of nutrients, but he's saying just make sure that you check where they come from.
Yeah.
Dusk is the parameters of third density, right?
Yeah, this is a crazy question.
Okay.
Because it's you'll understand what I'm saying. Lou, someone's asking, is it service to self to sue someone who stole your inheritance? No.
No.
The answer is no.
No. To not stand up for you self is putting you into suffering and enslavement. Yeah. So take care of yourself, protect yourself, fight for what's yours. I would imagine that suing, though, is nuanced. Like some incident suing is service to self. You said no, yes.
Sometimes.
So let's make that clear then. So are there times when suing somebody is service to self? Are there times, obviously, that suing somebody is you protecting yourself and therefore a service to others? Does that make sense?
No, you didn't ask a question about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe he's leveling up.
Yeah.
All right. Is it nuanced? I mean, that's what. Okay, you want to ask
Okay.
better?
No,
So-
no. It's
Does that make sense,
Yeah,
guys? Like, so if you're suing someone because they stole your inheritance, you are standing up for yourself. You are protecting
and
yourself.
it's not a service to self act. But
No.
there are people out there slipping jimmies
Yeah.
that go in and they create a situation where they think they can cash in and
Yeah.
get free money.
That's manipulation.
Exactly.
And that's service to self.
Right.
Yes. Okay. I hope
Yes.
that makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
More questions?
Let me look. I think there's some more here from the
Yeah, I gotta blow
video.
my nose.
All right. He's gonna blow his nose. It's gonna be loud. Let's see here.
Oh, they just said time for a break. Uh-oh.
Who said time for a break?
No, my live just went off.
Oh no.
I don't know
We're
why.
still up. We're still up, right? Yeah, it's still going.
I guess they were saying that since I didn't touch my phone for a while. That
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Let me see here. If you do the video time. Okay, so you kind of answered this already, but the same Shane asked, "Hello Todd, given you're a sixth density confused wanderer, do you think there will come a time when you don't need to consult with Lou and realize your full potential while still being in the Todd third density body and mind format?" I know you answered that, but we're going to ask Lou.
Yeah.
Lou, is there a time as Todd or myself or any wanderers in this existence as we are now where we're going to be able to realize our full wonder abilities in third density? Yeah.
Because the veil is always going to be, and the veil protects us, and it would be.
That's the game.
Right.
That's the game.
Uh-huh.
Those are the rules.
I don't like this game.
I don't like it. Did we tell you guys about when we were bitching about coming back here and like, why would we do this? And Lou, what did you tell us? You love it.
We were saying, I don't think we're going to come back again. And what did Lou say?
No, you will. You soul already booking you next trip. Our souls are betraying us, you guys.
I know.
Well, we're suffering.
We're already behind the scenes.
The soul's already going on Expedia.
What's our next
Trying to find the next.
What's our next wellness retreat?
Lou can't wait to wonder.
Wow.
Y'all, you can't wait to be able to be in the position to choose to wonder. So fun.
Are you being facetious?
No.
Well, I wish I had that perspective.
You do. You just don't know it. Your mind doesn't know it. Your soul knows it.
Right.
It's just a game, my friend. It's just a game.
Right. Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, with that being said, like we're in third density. I've said this before. If someone says I'm so much more ascended than you are, no, the fuck they're not. They're Delulu, aren't they?
What's that?
When people say I'm ascended, I'm enlightened, I'm
Oh
like,
my
no, they're
God,
Delulu. Lou, is anybody on planet Earth ever, or any third density ever, found enlightenment?
No.
No.
Right.
Not the point.
Right. We're not trying. Yeah.
Can't.
Because the veil is such a thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you teach Robbie to work you iPhone?
Right.
Can we teach Robbie our dog to work the iPhone? No, because he's a
Right.
second density.
Uh-huh.
So it needs to say the same thing, like a third
Right.
density, even if you come from sixth,
Right.
is not going to find
We're gonna,
enlightenment.
because once a wanderer comes to third, they're a creature of third, and
Yeah.
there's no escaping that, and there's no reason to escape that because
That's why you're here to be in third.
and be it, yeah,
You're
and-
not in an escape room.
right. And we should all be very thankful from what we understand through our conversations with Lou. We should all be very thankful that we have a veil and we
Yeah.
can't see a lot of the stuff
Yeah.
that we could see. Right. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Trauma.
Yeah.
So not having a veil would cause way too much trauma. And that's because, Lou, from my understanding, is that the only ones that are really fucking with us are the service to self. You guys service to others, you don't come in unless you're called to come in, correct? So we would see abhorrent, horrible things.
It would be, yeah. I mean, I feel like you could equate it to watching gore films.
Slasher, like slasher films,
Right.
constantly around
Because
you.
you'd be able to see what these fourth density service to self Lizzies are doing all the time. And also you would understand what their intentions are. And imagine the fear
Yeah.
that you would have constantly of being stalked and manipulated, and their plans to manipulate, and yeah.
Humanity would turn on itself.
Right. And that's probably one of the reasons why some planets in third are just blown up. So
You doing well on Earth, it could be worse.
right. So the fact that we, at this point in time, coming towards the end of our third density cycle, we should consider ourselves very fortunate and lucky that we haven't destroyed the planet yet. Yeah, that's ding, ding, ding if you can't see that.
Earth is also beautiful.
Right.
Oh,
So-
Earth is beautiful.
And so not every third density planet is as beautiful as Earth. Am I right?
No. Some of them are not as beautiful as Earth.
Right. Uh-huh.
That is because of you, us,
Right.
Earthlings,
Right.
and our many lives. So as bad as people think it is here on Earth, as horrible as the cabal is, as the Lizzies are,
Uh-huh.
we're actually we're in a really good position.
Right. We have abundance
We have
of water falling
well.
from the sky. Oh.
No abundance.
Okay, I'm wrong.
Already told you.
That
There's
what?
there's no abundance. There's no infinite
Well,
course.
okay. I wasn't saying that. Okay.
You hippie.
I'll keep my mouth shut.
Todd was a hippie before Bryce. Microwaves aren't that bad, Todd. Oh, he's digging.
I knew it. This was gonna start. Okay, Lou, careful.
He's digging deep. When Todd and I first started dating, he like refused, made this big holier than thou wokey stink about a microwave, and he's like, "Well, we can put it in the garage." And then it took one beach trip with my family, with my nephews and my nieces screaming for macaroni and cheese, where he realized sometimes you need the damn blue box macaroni and cheese. You need to zap that shit in the microwave because you got screaming babies. They're not going to wait for 2 hours for you to make your gourmet from scratch mac and cheese.
Yeah, I was a little.
Balance. It's about balance.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And you and I we exercise so much and we're so conscious that it's okay if we're
yeah,
third density.
that's a good topic. So, what are the two most important things to achieving good health, Lou?
Exercise and light.
Exercise and light. So exercise and getting out into the sun.
Yeah.
Or light in general.
Light.
Because some people have to use the red light therapy
Yeah.
and things like that. Lou said all light.
All light. Our tanning bed's good for us, Lou. Talk about a conspiracy theory. Oh, about tanning beds being bad for you?
Right.
They're good for you.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard before, and I don't want to, this is not medical advice, guys. This is for educational and entertainment purposes only. I was told by a tanning bed owner that tanning beds actually have cured cancer in the past.
Yeah.
Not caused it, but cured it.
Yeah. When we first started talking to Lou, one of the first things he told me to do.
Because Todd was afraid of the sun.
Yeah. He said, get out and get some sun.
Get burnt.
Yeah.
Get burnt.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And I felt so much better.
So much better.
And
I
actually,
crave the sun.
And actually, we were able to start channeling better. Yeah.
You need it.
Right.
You need the sun.
Uh-huh.
You need movement.
Yeah. And I had it ingrained in me to fear the sun because of my fair skin.
Yeah.
But once my skin got acclimated to it, I kept
telling you that. I was like, you just have to bust. You just got to, it's like a callus. You just got to get that burn. And then you're fine.
So even more important than what we put in our bodies.
Yeah. Try with bodies, but even the healthiest eater is going to have poor health without sun and exercise. So even the healthiest eater, if they're not getting sun and getting exercise, they don't have good health.
Right.
So are you saying, Lou, that generally speaking, someone who eats a shit ton of processed food, crappy food, but is exercising regularly and getting sun is by default healthier than someone who's eating super healthy food but not getting any exercise or sun?
Yeah.
Because exercising, not only is this, but it also helps the body detox.
Right. Yeah. So it's more your body. It's more forgiving to your body of eating those processed foods if you're moving your body and getting sun. Lou was telling us before. I think Lou said 80% of our health is exercise. Is that correct? Exercise and light. Yeah.
Food only 20% of health.
Yeah.
With that being said, thanks, Lou. You guys can join Fusion Body Studio by using discount code AYA20.
LOL. Okay, so someone has a good question, and this is So, Lou, do our pets choose us? Robbie chose me. Robbie was
Brandy.
Brandy, a dog I had many years ago. I actually, it was, had this really crazy experience when she passed away. I took I think it was on my first trip to India. I had left my dog with my parents named Brandy. And while I was there in India studying yoga for an extended period of time, I woke up in the middle of the night because Brandy had visited me to tell me goodbye. Yeah. And then Lou said that Brandy, knowing that I was in India, took her, I guess Brandy's soul went to India and lived in India for, am I right, Lou? Am I correct? We lived in India for all these years. For 17 years, Brandy lived in India looking for me. And then we got Ravi, and Ravi sort of found us. Ravi's father actually found us and visited Bryce and I in our place we were staying in and checked us out, looked just like Ravi. Then Bryce and I left and moved back to the States, and one of our friends had rescued a dog, which was Ravi.
And it's Ravi's, y'all. December, we don't know when Ravi was actually born. But we know it was probably December of 2016. So if y'all, it's Ravi's birthday month.
Yeah. So yes, your animals do choose you. I think, and I would say, Lou was talking to us about our second density animals during their last incarnation and second, they get all of their energy centers. Lou is saying yes.
Ravi has brighter chakras. I know what he's going to say too. Then Laura.
So to take that question further, you were asking. Let's see. The dog shows. How can I help my dog Moonshine like she helps me? And
give love, patience, and free will. You want to explain that, Todd? Because we've had.
Yeah,
I'm better about giving Robbie free will.
Love, patience, and free will. So during an animal's last incarnation and second, they're going to be sometimes rebellious, and because
they're testing their limits.
They're testing their limits, because when you get all of your energy centers, when you have your whole spirit complex, then you could start to experiment with free will. And so on their last life and their last incarnation,
because they're protected by you, so they can't hurt themselves.
Right. And also, so that allowing them freedom and be patient with them, which I have had a challenge with Robbie because he loves to test his free will. Yeah. And so Lewis told me to be patient. And also the importance of being patient and loving is that what the second density being experiences in its, especially during its last incarnation and third, is being imprinted on them. So it helps to potentiate where they're going to head when they get to third density. And so it's important that we show them love and patience and free will.
Oh yeah, and talking to them, like have conversations with them. They might turn their head sideways, but they yearn from that with you, because their mind doesn't know it, but their soul knows they're preparing to come into that world.
Right. And you could help set them on a service to others path by imprinting service to others actions onto them. Am I right, Lou? Yeah.
Blanket. What blanket? Oh, you want Todd to tell the blanket story with Robbie?
Wait,
tucking Robbie, like when I started tucking Robbie in.
Oh, right. Bryce started tucking Robbie in.
Years ago.
And I was like, oh, that's ridiculous. You don't need to tuck a dog in. And
like I went and got blankets for Robbie, like when he was a little puppy, and I just felt the need, like I felt something inside of me, like I needed to be like tucking him in, like you do a child.
Right.
And Todd was all like, he's a dog. He doesn't need a blanket. Blah 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 blah.
But now Robbie absolutely.
Well,
One night I
he
said,
wouldn't let me tuck him in.
I was like, oh, he doesn't need a blanket, and Robbie got so upset.
That I hadn't tucked him in.
I sort of to play attack, but
He took the blankets off of us and pulled the blankets off of us. So I think that was, for me, that was my inner intuition with Robbie, knowing that it's time to start treating him like a child, like a human child, and give, like, Robbie loves clothes, doesn't he? He loves to get dressed in clothes. He's got a brown sweater. Hey, Bubby, he's got a brown sweater on right now. And that's something that, as animals get closer to that cusp where they are going into third, they're going to, even though they're still animals, they're still going to act like dogs and cats or whatever. They are going to take on more third density personality traits. Is that correct?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone was asking about the UVB frequencies and narrowband frequency of the light, and if there's a difference with that, because I know some people. Okay, yeah, we don't want to get into the whole conspiracy of lights, because like fluorescent lights and things like that. I mean, yeah.
Light is light.
Oh, light is light.
Light is light. Learn.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I asked Lou if Mormonism's temple practices are based on necromancy, and yes, the answer is yes. Oh, Lizzie, Mormonism based on Lizzie.
Not all. Sorry, I get to read sometime. Not all people. Like, so not.
Yeah, not
even
everyone.
Though the religion is based on it, not everybody in Mormonism is bad.
Right.
Or I was aware that that's what that is. They have good hearts.
Is that what you were saying, Lou? Yeah.
Same with all religions, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Joseph Smith a Lizzie now? LOL. No. Celestial kingdom for old Joe. No celestial kingdom for old Joe. He's a Lizzie right now. He's a full-on Lizzie.
Yeah.
What about how do you say it? Bigum Young? Bikram Young?
No.
What's it?
Bigum.
Is that Young? The second guy. Even or Brigham, that's it. Even worse. Joe is his bitch. So for my recovering Mormons, Lou just said Brigham Young and Joseph Smith are both Lizzies now. They're both service to self Lizzies. And Brigham Young was worse than Joe, so now Joe is Brigham's bitch.
Because it just be like that sometimes with Lizzie Land.
Karma is a slut.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm trying to see the chat too. I can't quite see.
We haven't gotten any yet. So do we have any more questions? Oh,
Lou left.
All right. Lou said goodbye.
Lou said goodbye. But that was fun, you guys. I had fun. What did you guys think? Oh, we'll have to, the next comment, we'll have to save for the next time. Should we book a time?
Actually, yeah, we could figure that out. But the comment thing, we had brought something up about that. Like, there's not going to be, it's not extraterrestrials. It's not an extraterrestrial craft. It's not going to hit the Earth. That's just like fear tactics. We've asked stuff about that, and yeah, so I'm pretty sure But
That was good though for our first dress rehearsal, wasn't it, guys? I think that worked well.
yeah, I mean, we're gonna change the angle to
Yeah.
be so you can see above the board, but that was a lot of fun, and that
When
was,
should we do it again? Should we do like
we should try to do it.
maybe Friday
Yeah,
afternoon?
I was thinking Sunday
Sunday?
at 2.
Like a lot like we typically do it. I was
Yeah,
thinking doing another one during the week as well.
yeah,
I know Friday we're filming. Todd is going to be filming on Friday. He was supposed to film it Monday, but his back was out, so he on Friday he's going to be filming a sun salutations and jump through video
yeah,
for Fusion Body. I know that's hard to also commit to other videos when we're doing workout videos.
yeah.
And you guys who are with Fusion Body, in all seriousness, I filmed a mobility flow class yesterday, which actually I was sore this morning. I didn't
Yeah.
tell you that
Uh-huh.
for my own mobility flow.
Uh-huh.
So that I sent it to Paula yesterday, so it should be up in the next few days. So that video will be dropping. But when so maybe we could do Thursday, maybe
What, this Thursday?
also maybe another is lunchtime like a lunch live with Lou. A lunch live with Lou.
Yeah,
That could be a
lunch live with
playlist.
Lou, right?
Lunch live with Lou.
But we should do it on a weekend or in the evening
We
to make
could do it
sure.
multiple days. I had fun.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
was fun. This
was
worked
fun.
better than we thought it was gonna.
Uh-huh.
I'm glad you guys got to, I know the first
It was really good questions too, and so I appreciate you guys.
and I can't
adding
wait
to
to go
that.
back and read. I have a light right here, so it's hard for me to see the chat right now. And I do want to do this on my channel too eventually, but we're breaking my channel for a few days because I'm so unbelievably shadow banned, you guys. Like it's
Yeah.
ridiculous, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
I have 55,000 subscribers and my videos only get like 200 views. That's not
Uh-huh.
mathematically
I
possible.
get more views on
I
my
know.
channel, and I only have a little bit over 600.
Yeah, if you guys aren't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to Todd so we can get him to 1,000. Because once we get to 1,000, that helps everything.
out there.
And we really want to try to protect people from these cults, not just the Cassiopean cult, but all these other channeling cults. So you
Yeah.
guys see, it's not. There's nothing super fancy about it. It's
Right.
just very like I'm sitting here in my sweatshirt. Robbie's showing his wiener right now.
He's passed out.
He's passed out. With his
Lou,
legs spread.
Lou says that he I think that he didn't bring Robbie into.
No,
Robbie
Robbie already
exists.
Right.
existed
fourth. Your animals already existed fourth.
Lou
there's no veil for
Lou
them.
said Robbie knows Lou. He already
Yeah.
he knows who Lou is, and so Lou will pet Robbie, and Robbie just goes out. He's always sweet.
Lou loves Robbie. Like Lou will not let you say anything unkind about any animal.
Uh-huh.
He'll chastise you. Like you are here to serve these animals. You were here to protect these animals.
If I ever get impatient with Robbie during the
you get a
day,
tongue lashing from Lou.
one of the first things Lou will say when we get on the board is "beat ice to Robbie."
Yeah, because we're here to serve Robbie. We're
Right.
as third density. We're not here to have dominion over them. We're here to serve them and protect them. Robbie also apparently we've let hey buddy that he plays with kids that go to fourth, like kids who die early from third and transfer to fourth.
Yeah.
That he plays with them.
Uh-huh.
And we
Yeah.
see him. Robbie is a very active sleeper. He has been since he was a puppy.
Uh-huh.
He walks and talks and runs in his sleep. And now that we know what's going on, and that so yeah, be good to your animals. They're doing a whole lot more than you actually think they're doing.
And they're a lot smarter than you think they are.
Yeah, they are. They're a lot smarter than they think you are. So maybe I don't know. Well, let's sit down. Maybe Thursday we could do a lunch live with Lou on Thursday on your channel, and then Sunday as well.
Yeah,
maybe
sure.
hopefully by Sunday we can move it back. We can try it on my channel. We'll see.
Yeah. And I have a feeling as we get further along, things are going to get really spicy.
Yeah, I do too. He does not like Laura. They do not like Laura. They do not like service to self people who are intentionally like fucking with people.
Third density
people who are
he said they'll talk about like fourth density service to self. They just do what they do.
Lizzies are gonna Lizzie.
Yeah, that's what they say. Lizzies are gonna Lizzie. Third density people, service to self, that are being controlled by those Lizzies and agree to it, get so much more like quote unquote hate from. Well, I mean, shit. They do. Like we think fourth density service to others is all love and light, but
no,
it is
it's not.
absolutely not.
It's not.
Like they get angry, they get frustrated, they
get
show
passionate.
that, they get super passionate. I mean, when we're talking about situations where third density service to self people are doing harm, that's the most passionate that Lou gets. Like, so upset.
Yeah, because we really, I mean, Lizzie's they do bad things, but they're here on our territory enticing people to make choices, because we all, all these service to self people like Laura Knight, who is service to self. We've had that there.
Channeling Lizzie.
Channeling Lizzie. She actually knows. She's made an agreement with the Lizzies, and now at this point, Lou said she ain't even channeling anymore.
Right.
It's just her imagination.
Right.
And so they get really pissed off because you are making a deal with the devil to hurt people.
Right.
And you've made that choice. Once you pass over into Lizzie land, Lizzie's just are gonna Lizzie, but in a lot of ways, they're not as dangerous as third density.
Right, because Lizzies can't lie. Fourth density service to self cannot lie.
They can manipulate, but not lie.
But think about the situation where how much power it could give a third density person who can lie, that's working with Lizzie's, getting information from someone without the veil, directing someone within the world of the veil, third density, and how much more harm that could do. You see, it makes it that much worse. If the Lizzies didn't have these
third density
soldiers, density soldiers, people wouldn't be in such a bad situation.
Yeah.
You
wouldn't have to go to sue somebody for stealing your inheritance.
Right. Yeah.
So anyway, Lizzie's. Yeah, Lizzie's are fourth density service to self beings.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Okay,
Yeah,
well, I'm getting cold now, and Ravi is totally awake. He's awake now. Hey, buddy, you want to come see everybody? He's wait, no, he's getting down. He's getting down. Ravi's coming down. Come here, buddy. You stretch. Oh, big stretch. Come see everybody. Oh, he does this thing where he sits half on the sofa. Come see Mama. Come on. Come see everybody. Look, Bubba. Oh, stretch. Look, buddy. Look. Oh, come here.
I hate that one. He's shy.
He's shy. Look, Bubba. Oh no, Bubby. Look. It's our yoga mat. He doesn't want you guys seeing our yoga mats hanging up. Hey, Bubby. Were you teeping? There's everybody. You want to say everybody? All right, you guys. All right. So Ravi's up. We got to go eat lunch now. So let us know in the comment section below if you guys want us to do like lunch lives with Lou.
Yeah.
And all that kind of stuff. And ask more questions down in the comment section, because I'm sure Lou loves to gossip sometimes. So, All right, everybody. Have a good day. We'll see y'all soon.
Thanks for joining us.